Joining me now, I didn't get that one in, Gina Loudon, political analyst and member of President Trump's Media Advisory Board, and Dom Giordano, radio and talk show host on Philadelphia's WPHT. Hey, guys, thanks for being here this Friday.
Great to be with you, Cheryl.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Yeah, Gina, okay, Paul Ryan, some are saying he needs to go now, that the party cannot withstand several more months of him making misdirected calls, like what we saw with the Farm Bill today and the destruction of that. What do you say?
Well, I agree. And I have to say, when I heard you say that he was on his way out, that was music to my ears. The interesting thing here, though, Cheryl, that not a lot of people may have thought of is Congress doesn't necessarily have to pick from congressional members. This could be literally anyone in the world. I don't know, Lou Dobbs, Cheryl Casson. There are lots of options out there. They don't have to pick someone from within their ranks. And with the current ratings of Congress, maybe they should consider picking an outsider.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, let's bring up, Dom, the fact that you've got 40 conservatives signing this letter. They want Jim Jordan to take over. They want him to take over now. They don't want to wait. We've had a couple of guests on the air throughout the program tonight saying Jim Jordan would be a great pick because he's got fire in his belly and he really wants to fight for the true conservative beliefs of the party.
Well, I'll speak for talk radio, which is a tough thing. But if I would say most of my colleagues, the ones that I talk with, say Jim Jordan. I've interviewed him several times, and he's good on TV. He's combative when necessary. He'll go on some of these other networks if necessary and be combative, but it's in a friendly way. He doesn't have a bad image. He's very articulate. He's very much the Freedom Caucus and that sort of stuff. He's very much involved in all this Russian collusion stuff as far as the real details and how to drill down. And on issues like illegal immigration, which I think is a critical issue during this campaign, he's golden. Yes, let's take him tonight and put him in there.
You know, Gina, that's the thing. I mean, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say I like that idea, too, if I'm honest, because to me, the opposite of a swamp monster is truly the most conservative person. I mean, that's the person who's going to do the most to drain the swamp, which has become the goal, really, of the American people.
Well, Gina, I was going to ask you about this. You know, one of the things that would happen with the Farm Bill, you know, dying, going up in flames, was the fact that these conservatives, the House Freedom Caucus, are saying, we want to have a vote on immigration. We've got to talk about DACA. We've got to fund the wall. We've got to have a chance to go at this. And they're fighting against Ryan, who's pushing back on that, and maybe some others that are worried about their midterm chances. I don't know. What do you think's happening?
I think most of us are really tired of watching politicians vie only for their next election, Cheryl, rather than focus on doing the work that they were actually elected to do. And that's what they've been asked to do, and that's what Paul Ryan has almost never done, and that's what the American people are going to demand, I think, with the midterms coming up, and I think again in 2020. So I think they need to be warned fairly right now.
Dom, let's talk about something else that's still in the headlines, and that, of course, is the Mueller probe. We've entered day two year two. Pardon me. Year two
of America held hostage.
You know, where's that collusion? Yeah. We're still waiting for that collusion. Don't seem to see it there. I mean, you know, look, and this, but the reason I'm asking about this is because this may push into the midterms, and Mueller may have to kind of back off and lay quiet for a while so it doesn't look like he's politically motivated, or he may not, Dom. What do you think happens?
Well, I had a theory about this. One of the reasons I think this goes on, Cheryl, is that Mueller wants to be politically relevant. I mean, he wasn't. He was doing other jobs. This keeps on. It keeps his relevancy going. And I like the tactic of the Trump administration and Giuliani demanding we have a one-year report. 1 year is a milestone. Let's have the report, and then we can talk about that. If he wants to continue after that, let's see if he can, while producing that report. How shallow is it? I don't think he can go on too much after that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Giuliani walks the walk, he talks the talk because he was there, he did the work, so he speaks from experience, Gina. But at the same time, I find it interesting that he says that Mueller reached out to him on Wednesday, I believe it was Wednesday evening, and said, let's narrow the scope of what we're going to ask the president. And Giuliani kind of sounds like he's open to this. I'm not sure this is a great idea for President Trump to talk to Mueller.
I think it's a horrible idea for the president to have anything to do with this whole Mueller investigation. I think it's a trap no matter how you look at it. But I will say, Cheryl, my background is in psychology, and I can tell you that the fact that Mueller has gone from some 40, almost 50 questions down to 2 questions, and that he's reaching out now to the president's attorney tells you they don't have have much.
Right.
And so I think this is exciting times, especially, I think, with the upcoming IG report.
Well, that's right. And again, really quick, Dom, I go back to the issue of the midterms. I mean, this could still be a cloud hanging over those that are up for re-election or trying to grab a seat in November.
I don't see it as unhelpful to Republicans. I see it the opposite as something they can run against. The excessive Washington intrusion, trying to take away a guy that the American people wanted. I don't see it as a negative for Republicans at all.
Well, we shall see.
Even the CBS poll. Even the CBS poll, who is not exactly a conservative news, says that the people are tired of this. They believe it's politically motivated. They want it done.